My name is Iram Khan, and in this presentation I will be talking about Du Fu, a poet during the Tang Dynasty who wrote poems about social and political issues that occurred during his time. His poetry, combined with his unique style, impacted and influenced both the people of his time and those in later eras. Here is a brief history of the Tang Dynasty. It existed from 618 AD to 907 AD. It was also the most wealthy and powerful country at the time. Additionally, it was a center for education, technological advancements, and the increasing growth in poetry and the arts. Thus, it was considered the golden age of China. The height of poetry in China occurred during the Tang Dynasty. Poetry and the arts were very popular, and advancements in printing encouraged and spread poetry. Poetry was also regarded as a highly respected skill, and those who excelled in poetry usually excelled in society and had a higher social standing. One of these poets was Du Fu. He lived from 712 to 770 AD and was considered to be one of China's greatest poets. He wrote about issues that affected the ordinary person in China, such as famine, war, political tensions, etc. One of his most popular subjects was the Anxi Rebellion, which almost tore down the Tang Dynasty. His style of poetry, known as New Yufu, was also unique at the time and was considered to be bizarre by some. Additionally, Du Fu combined aspects and views of both Confucianism and Taoism into his works, both of which were very popular during the Tang Dynasty. Here are a few of Du Fu's poems, one of which is a poem to Li Bo, and the other is a section of the Song of the Army Carts. In a poem to Li Bo, Du Fu writes, 2 years a sojourner in the eastern capital, I saw enough of plotting and intrigue. Coming from the wilds, my taste for greens has left me hungry at the meat-filled meals. Can there truly be no vital grain to bring the glow of health back to my face? I am too poor for the fine medicinal herbs, and lose my way searching for the mountain woods. Lord Li, an elder of the Golden Court, has now withdrawn to the darkened dales. He wanders in the lands of lang and song. I pray he'll gather up the jade-like herbs. In a section of the Song of the Army Carts, Du Fu writes, rattling carts and whinnying steeds, marching bows slung by their sides. Their fathers and mothers and children and wives run by their ranks, the bridge of Zhanyang all lost in the dust, and catch at their clothes and clutch at their feet, and stand in the roadway and cry. Their cries go rising up to strike the clouds. By the roadside, a passerby questions the marching men, who can only reply, they call us often now. Both of these poems were written during the Anxi Rebellion in the Tang Dynasty. In these two poems, Du Fu expresses his concern for the poor and his acknowledgement of the social and political unrest that is occurring in the Tang Dynasty. He shows that it's important to him to express his experiences in which he sees people suffering during this time. In this way, Du Fu illustrates his values and beliefs of the Anxi Rebellion and other political and social issues that affect the people in his country, subjects that other poets during his time would not normally address. Another aspect of Du Fu's poetry that is unique, in addition to its subjects, is his style of writing. Unlike other Chinese poets of his time, Du Fu wrote poetry in a free verse style, one that did not have or follow strict conventions of other styles of poem. Du Fu became a renowned poet for his work because it encompassed a wide range of emotions and experiences. His popularity comes from his expression of his experiences during his travels and concern for the poor that showed times of hardship and happiness through artistic and meaningful poetry. He not only shared his stories through poetry, but connected and shared with people the idea of simply being human, as shown by the various poems he has written of both negative and positive experiences in life. Du Fu also made a major impact on future Chinese poetry and poets because he acknowledged social and political issues through a unique style in a way that other poets of his time would not usually have done. Overall, Du Fu made a great contribution to the growth of Chinese poetry during the Tang Dynasty.